Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Today, Governor Matt Bevin announced the Labor Cabinet is investigating the lost wages for miners employed by Black Jewel. Harlan County Judge Executive Dan Mosley also held a meeting for some of those miners this afternoon. They talked to the Labor Department, unemployment officials, the Health Department, and others. WYMT's Emily Bennett was there, as was the frustration.
Harlan County is fighting back.
You deserve to be paid for the work you did for this country.
Judge Executive Dan Mosley held a meeting to help miners across the region.
Until today, we didn't know who to help. We didn't know, we didn't know your name, we didn't know your address, we didn't know your phone number. We didn't know if you had kids that were going to school. We didn't know any of this.
Several booths were set up for miners. They were able to report their bounced checks to the Department of Labor. They were also able to write letters to creditors asking for relief.
You should not have to destroy your credit because of somebody that failed to pay you for the job you did.
Unemployment officials also helped miners, and the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program talked about their dislocated workers' services.
Right now, I'm more worried about unemployment and insurance for my kids. I've got a daughter who in 2 weeks has to have surgery on her eyes.
Miners were able to report their top 2 priority needs so local organizations can help.
They've really laid a hurt on every one of their employees.
Miners are encouraged about the action taking place, but that still does not replace what was lost.
It's affected everything I've got. I mean, my bank account's in the negatives $2,000 now because of all this. Over one person. Just one person's caused every bit of this.
The miners all agree on one thing.
First and foremost, I want us to get money. The money that's owed to us, honest day's work, honest day's wage.
And legal action is taking place to get that money back. In Harlan County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Another meeting will be held in Harlan at the old courthouse tomorrow at 11. That meeting will be for any business, church, nonprofit, or organization that wants to help the miners. Letcher County will be holding a meeting on Wednesday at 1. A meeting will also be held in Hazard on Thursday at 10 and 4. Sykes employees are welcome to attend the ones in Hazard. Now, we have more on all those meetings I just mentioned. If you missed any of them, just go to our website, WYMT.com.
Well, we started today out on the gloomy side, but ended definitely on a strong note. We saw plenty of sunshine throughout the afternoon and a pretty quiet night. As we look up into Whitesburg, we're dealing with some quiet conditions over there. Could be dealing with some patchy, dense fog as we head into those later evening hours, or really those overnight hours, and especially as we head into early Tuesday morning. Satellite and radar, you can see those clouds that we dealt with a little bit earlier today, and even a few scattered rain chances hung on to those as that cold front continued to push out of the mountains. But the good news is we're dealing with that drier weather, and that trend continues at least for the next few days. You'll notice those temperatures into about those low to mid 70s out there, so not that bad, and but those dew points definitely making it feel a little bit more on the humid side. So as we head throughout the rest of the overnight hours, we'll really remain into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Mostly clear to mostly sunny skies as we head into your Tuesday. We'll be warming up quite nicely and bring back a stray chance for a shower or two, but I do think most of us remain on the drier side. So sunshine does return for tomorrow, and we'll continue to see plenty of it, but a cold front does arrive, of course, brings us more showers and storms, and after that we're going to see those temperatures really increase as we head into the weekend. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
All right. Thank you, Paige. A flash flood damaged more than 12 homes and left a big mess behind in parts of 2 counties yesterday. The flood hit the KJ community of Knox County hard. No one was hurt, but some homes are unlivable now. WYMT's Phil Pendleton talked to several people who say they have seen this kind of devastation before.
We got ready and we walked to the back door and couldn't go nowhere, just water everywhere you looked, and looked back up the road there and it looked like a river just flowing.
Zach Brown says his trailer has water in it from a flash flood that was one of the scariest things he's ever seen.
Well, I'm a grown man, and if somebody tells you water like that won't scare you, they're lying to you.
KJ on Kentucky 225 in southern Knox County has seen this before. 8 years ago, a flash flood turned deadly. This one wasn't as bad, but people say that it's left an unbelievable amount of debris and mud behind. It's bad, but they believe that it could have been a lot worse.
When you sit in that trailer and you feel it moving, any moment you're thinking it's going to break loose. it's a bad deal and you can't get out because water's running so fast you can't wade through it, can't do nothing.
One woman was rescued when a neighbor rushed to her clinging to a tree. No one was hurt, but many have a big mess to clean up and parts of their homes to repair.
Scared here before too long. All that water underneath, we're trying to get all the insulation ripped up right now, is going to ruin the floors.
There will be help coming into this area. The local Red Cross has been activated. There also has been a local state of emergency issued. In Knox County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Officials say rural electric crews are still working to restore power in the area, and road crews are working to repair some of the damaged roadways. Flash flooding yesterday also damaged several homes in Bell County. Judge Executive Albie Brock says several roads along Kentucky Highway 92 in that county were damaged by the flash flooding. One of those homes was Jonathan Lane's. Lane says the flooding caused breaks in the pavement in front of his home and washed away a bridge to his front door.
It started raining, and about 15 minutes later we had no creek, no bridges, no road, no nothing. It just hit fast.
Judge Executive Brock says crews worked around the clock repairing the roads for those along Highway 92. A family in Leslie County lost everything in a fire Friday night. The Baker family said around 9 p.m. they started to smell smoke and began looking around to find where it was coming from. When they opened the garage, all they could see were flames. All 5 family members and their dog rushed out of the house, and there was no time to save anything else.
I ran downstairs and I said, Josh, I said, there's smoke upstairs. And we looked around downstairs and we couldn't see anything, and we ran over to where our garage door was, and when you opened it up, all you could see was just flames everywhere.
For more information on how you can help out the Baker family, you can go to our website. Tonight, police in Perry County need your help finding 3 inmates that escaped from the Kentucky River Regional Jail. 4 men actually escaped around 6 p.m., but one was captured a short time later in the Walmart parking lot. Now take a look. Officials say these 3 men, Stephen Smith, James Reed, and Kenneth Spurlock, are all still on the run. They face various different charges, including theft and drug trafficking. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Kentucky River Regional Jail or your local law enforcement agency. We now know the name of a man killed in a Pike County park this past weekend. 44-year-old Adrian Smith from Cleveland, West Virginia, was found shot to death in the South Williamson City Park Saturday. No arrests have been made. If you have any information on this murder case, you're asked to call Kentucky State Police at 606-433-7711. You can remain anonymous. State police find drugs and $1,400 in counterfeit bills during a traffic stop in Knox County. It happened in the Flatlick community. 37-year-old Joshua Mills and 36-year-old Jonathan Bargo were arrested and face a number of charges. In addition to the counterfeit money, troopers found marijuana, crystal meth, Suboxone pills, digital scales, and a pipe used to smoke meth. Mills and Bargo were taken to the Knox County Detention Center. We have new information tonight about the death of former Perry County Sheriff Pearl Couch. Family members say he died this morning at UK Hospital. Couch was a Vietnam veteran and served in the Air Force around 20 years. He was Perry County Sheriff from 1982 to 1994. Couch was a member of the Church of Christ and became a preacher after he left office. Funeral arrangements are expected to be made tomorrow in Lexington, and he will be buried at Camp Nelson. Pearl Couch was 85. Equality issues within the STEM field is a problem, officials say, but one Central Kentucky group is in Floyd County to help change that. Today at Allen Central High School, young girls from kindergarten through 7th grade participated in the Shattered Glass Summit. The goal is to teach young girls that science, technology, engineering, and math are important, as well as fun.
STEM is huge right now for implementation, and we have a need for females. My daughters, myself, are both into the science area. I would have loved for them to have had this, and we want every opportunity we can give kids in Floyd County. We want to expose them to STEM. The free summit will continue through Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Digital Careers Now, a networking project that connects businesses with job applicants, is working to keep the Appalachian workforce in the region. The grant-funded program works with other businesses to train and certify employees in specific fields to help ease the burden of a company or applicant shouldering the cost. Today, the company held a job fair for Pikeville Medical Center to give locals a chance to apply for medical coding positions.
We have 4 areas of concentration, and we work with employers that need to hire, and we have job fair, career fairs like today, and we offer fast-track 16 weeks or less training to fill those positions.
To find out more, check out the full story on our website. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team ended up having to rescue one of their own last week after the chief lost control while rappelling down a cliff. He suffered severe burns on his hands and a possible fractured vertebrae. Now Chief John May is recovering from multiple injuries, but is fortunate to be walking again. He says his team is working to avoid this from possibly happening again in the future.
That after-action report that we put out has now been shared, across the country, and we may get some more information from it. So we wanted people to have the opportunity to share thoughts and comments and understand what we were doing.
Chief May is still going to doctor's appointments for his back, but he is expected to make a full recovery. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, more and more people are retiring at an older age, what some economists are calling alarming.
And sunshine does continue, but for how long? I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up.